Yo, what's up guys, Axel with another vid here today, and I'll be counting down the top 5 4-stars in this game. This top 5 list was made by asking my Discord what they believe was the top 5 4-stars in the game, with my opinion sprinkled a little bit on that list. So if you want to make your voice heard when I make these ranking lists, join my Discord where we talk about Genshin Impact and anime. So if you want to talk about that and make your opinion heard, just join my Discord. It's going to be in the link in the description, and let's get on to the video. Now at number 5 we have Sucrose. Now this one's going to be the most controversial one out of all, because she beat out a couple, important characters in the game that were 4 stars. Now, I feel like Sucrose is a really good character, and some people in my Discord agree, some people didn't. But what I think of her, I think she's great. I personally don't have her on my main account. I have played her a couple of my side accounts and my old accounts, but I can tell you she's great. Now most of you might say she's a budget venti, but being a budget version of one of the most broken characters in the game, is that really a diss? No. So as you can see, I have her at B plus damage. She doesn't do that much damage. She's not a Diluc ult and doing all those fun interactive damage. She's not doing that, right? She has really good damage for what she does. Her damage really comes from the elemental reaction. Now healing, we have her F. She can't heal. Now we have her A for hoarding. She's obviously an expert at gathering people for hoarding. So that's why we have her an A plus for hoarding. Now that's obvious, right? That's her role. That's what she does. Now team fit. This could probably be the most hardest to explain, but team fit pretty much means how well does she fit on any team or any team comp? How well can you just plug her into a team and just say let's go, and don't have to worry about oh, if I have this character I can't use her. No, I think she's really good. She doesn't really get in the way of anyone unless you have a venti, then you don't really kind of don't need her, because he kind of does the job that Sucrose does. She only does little things a couple different, but pretty much her team fit is always A plus. You can't go wrong when you're building a team. She's a great option to put on your team. Gathers up people, and right for the picking, you just attack them. Pretty easy, right? Now her fun aspect, I put it at B. Some people can disagree and some people can agree, right? I have her at B because you don't really have her on the field for long, right? I think her E, her Q are very fun to pop, but you're not getting the enjoyment of going to Zhao and just jumping all over the place, right? I think her fun aspect is a B. It has some upside. I like doing the ult. It just looks cool. I just like seeing all the damage and the flower. The butterfly turning into a fire butterfly and stuff like that. It's cool, Now our overall is A. Now just simple overall. That's what I place her. I put her in A tier. Overall A. So at number 4 we have Ning Wang. Now this is probably going to be the most split decision I've had, but Ning Wang, I hear she's great. My Discord, because this was helped by my Discord, make sure to join. My Discord said she was a great character, a great main DPS. Of course you have to get a couple constellations to do that, and letting you know beforehand, A plus for a damage dealer and A plus for a support mean two different things. An A plus for damage dealer. Now A plus damage dealing is obviously because she's a main damage dealer. That's what most people use her for. She's not really good as a support. Use her as your main, and that's it. So I think her damage is great. From what I hear she does good OE damage. Now I'm getting this off from my Discord. They say she does good damage. I'm putting my faith in them. If you don't agree, leave in the comment section below, or just join my Discord. So next time I do another ranking system, you tell me your opinion so I can know it before I'm making these rank lists. But I'm going off of my Discord, and they say she has great damage. Now for healing, just like Sucrose, she can't do healing. Now hoarding, I put her at D plus and not an F, just because of her, her pillar and stuff. You can kind of guesstimate where they're gonna pop off to or whatever. I just say she doesn't really have a problem with hoarding because you're just throwing stones. They're not really getting knocked back or anything. Now for team fit, I put her at C plus. The reason I put her at C plus is because when you build a Ning Wang, you build the team around Ning Wang, unlike a Diluc, where you kind of just place Diluc in, and you can just put in whatever sports like Shinchu, Bennett, Sucrose. You can put all of those characters in, right? But for Ning Wang, you kind of have to build the team around her rather than get good supports for her, right? Good supports for other characters are not good supports for Ning Wang. So that's why I have her team fit. You got to build a team around her instead of just get good supports or whatever you have, right? You can't really scrape around good supports like that. Now for fun aspect, now a lot of people tell me in the Discord she's really powerful, but she lacks a kind of a fun aspect to her. you are kind of just throwing stones, right? But the damage is great. People like doing a lot of damage, so that's why I have a B plus and not like A, because people say just throwing stones is not the most entertaining thing, so that's why I have a B plus. Now overall is A, pretty much the same thing as Sucrose. They're really like tight knit. A couple of these guys are tight knit. That's why it's kind of like you can have 5 at 3 or like 1 at 2 or 2 at 1. So it's really easy for you to put like 4 at like 3 and stuff like that, right? So that's what I think about Ning Wang. Now let's get to the number 3. In my Discord was kind of like negotiating which one was better, and that was Ning Wang and Razor. Now I believe, and I took the side of Razor, so I'm gonna take my opinion that leads it over the edge. But pretty much the Razor and Ning Wang sign were pretty equal, so I just thought Razor is probably the easier one to put in a team. That's why I have Razor over Ning Wang. So as you can see, his damage dealing is A plus, same thing as Ning Wang. Healing F, hoarding F. I think his hoarding is a lot worse than Ning Wang, because when he does his E, it spreads out enemies a lot further than what Ning Wang would do. So I feel like that is why he has an F plus. Now Team Fit, I have him as a B plus, right? He's more like a Diluc, where you can just place him on the team and just get like a Shinchu, Bennett, really easy supports and just place it into him. You don't really have to really build a team around him, just use who you have. Maybe you might want to put like electro people in it. Now Team Fit, I feel like he has a better Team Fit rather than Ning Wang, because you can just place him on a team and you're ready to go. That's why I have him B plus, but not an A, because sometimes you would want to put Razor with an electro person just to get the extra synergy, so that's why I didn't put him on A. Now his fun aspect is A plus. Everyone likes using the stand of Razor. It looks cool, has a really fun E. His stand just looks cool, mainly the reason because of the stand, right? Everyone knows how fun he is, right? So his overall is A, pretty much the same as Ning Wang. I know Razor kind of has the better stat sheet than Ning Wang, so you can debate if her A is rather better than an A for Razor and damage and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments below what you think about Razor and Ning Wang. Now at number 2 we have Shinchu. Now Shinchu, everyone knows how good he is. I think that every time you get a constellation, it just makes him better and better, right? So for Shinchu, we have A plus damage. That's obvious. With his Q, which is what you should be trying to do, it should obviously do a lot of damage because you're usually doing a Hydro build. Now, of course, when I put an A plus for Shinchu and an A plus for Ning Wang and Razor, they mean two different things. An A plus for a support is different from an A plus for a main DPS, just letting you guys know. Now, B minus in healing. We all know he has a healing, but it's kind of like lackluster at sometimes. If you don't have him high constellation, it kind of gets harder to heal, right? So that's why I have him B minus. You need to get constellations to make him like an A and stuff like that. So that's why I have him B minus, because if you just have him C0, he's probably like a C plus, healing. So now hoarding, D plus, he doesn't really like knock back people like that. He kind of keeps people like still, so he doesn't have like an F like someone like Razor who spreads out people. Now Team Fit, A plus, easy. Great for freeze comms, great for melt comms, great for everything. Just an easy person to put on a team. Just really easy to plop on a team and be like, don't have to like worry about where he fits. He will do just right. Now for fun, I have him B. Nothing enjoyable. Just something like middle of the pack. Just pop your E, pop your Q. The Q is the funnest part of his set, so that's why I put him at B. Nothing special. Pretty fun on the field when he's on the field, and when he gets off, he has his Q that entertains you for a little longer. So B. Overall, A plus. We all know how good he is. Shinchu is a monster in the game. Now, that's pretty obvious. Let's get to our number 1 pick. Now, at number 1, I'm pretty sure you guys all know who it is. It is the one, Bokenda. So, Bennett is number 1, and I think it was pretty obvious. Most people think it's pretty obvious. It's always Bennett. We all know how good Bennett is. Now, let's just go over his stats, because we all know how good he is. Damage, A. I'm not going to put him A plus like Shinchu, because he doesn't have that Q like Shinchu, but his damage, because I'm counting the damage by himself, not the damage he gives to others. So A, because he can use his Q and increase his damage like that. His healing, B. I'd put it above Shinchu, that's why I have it at B. But when you're at like higher constellations, it's easier to heal and give that extra damage, because the healing only goes to 70%, and 70% is really easy to get rid of when you're at the higher spiral abyss levels. Now it's hoarding D plus, can't really hoard, but you know, he does have that knockback where it moves him backwards. But you know, eventually that gets away once you like level him up and stuff and get constellation. So that's why I didn't like give that bad of a hoarding aspect. Now team fit, A+. Everyone pretty much has him on the team just to give that great synergy of attack damage and that healing. Always good on a team for any team rebuilding. Now his fun aspect, B+. Now the reason I didn't put it in A was because Bennett as a character I think is fun. You know, I like playing him, but I know a lot of people don't. Now if you pop your Q, that's probably the funnest part you're going to get. When if you switch to your main damage dealer, whether it's a Razor, whether it's a Ning Wang, whether it's Duke, whether it's Shao, whoever it is. When you pop that Q and you get that extra damage and you hit those crazy numbers, that's probably the funnest part of it. But you know, that really doesn't come down to his character, it comes down to his Q. So that's why I didn't give him like an A+. Now overall, A+. I'm pretty sure we all know why he's A+. You know, he's goated. He's one of the best characters in the game. Now, there's a lot of characters I miss, mainly Fischl. A lot of people said Fischl should have been number 5 spot over Sucrose. I disagreed. I feel like Sucrose should be over Fischl, but that's my opinion. Tell me in Discord or leave in the comments, so when I make the next ranking list, you let me know, and you try to convince me why Fischl is better than Sucrose. Because honestly, I think Sucrose gives more value in the end game content than someone like Fischl. Another character that was mentioned was Beto. Now, I love Beto. I think she's great. But when you get into the higher content, counters become really hard to do because everyone's hitting like a tank, and eventually your counters kind of get nerfed a little bit. You know, you still take damage when you're getting hit by such strong attacks. But I feel like Beto would make this list if she wasn't that hard to build. Now, the reason I'm saying that hard to build was because Beto, to become a really good main damage dealer to the point of like someone like a Razor, you need a couple like constellations on her. Now, I feel like you do that for Ning Wang, but I feel like the constellations on Beto are more necessary as a DPS rather than someone like Ning Wang where you only need like a C1. So that's why I feel like I shouldn't put Beto on this list. That's just my opinion. Let me know in my Discord. Now, the last one I would have to say who didn't make this list is Diana. Now, I didn't feel like putting a healer on the top 5 list because, I don't know, I don't feel like healers really have that value compared to someone like a Bennett, a Sucrose, and Ning Wang. So that's why I personally didn't put her in this top 5 list. But all of these 3 characters are amazing characters. They could have easily made this top 5 list, but it just comes down to what my Discord said and, you know, my personal opinions. So if you ever want to make your personal opinions known in my Discord, just click the link in the description. Join my Discord where I talk about these questions all the time. With all that being said, peace.